Saving our cities the Trump way. That's the focus of tonight's Angle. Now, the night before the election, the Trump motto, no American city left behind.
We will rebuild our cities, including our capital in Washington, D.C. We'll get rid of all the graffiti on those beautiful marble columns, and we'll clean it. And it'll be properly run, and we'll stop the death and shootings and muggings and everything. We'll make it a great capital, beautiful capital again.
Yeah, homeless encampments, teen mobs, wilding across the city, drug use in public. And now another brutal attack, this time on someone who worked in the Trump administration. A former DOJ staffer named Edward Korestein, a.k.a. Big Balls, was savagely beaten by a pack of thugs just blocks from the Capitol. Now, this is not some bar fight. He and his significant other were being carjacked. It's a reminder that things are still very wrong in this city. And Trump, he's had enough.
Are you considering taking over the D.C. police? Is that an option on the table?
We're considering it, yeah, because the crime is ridiculous. We're going to do something about it. So whether you call it federalized or what, and that also includes the graffiti that you see, the papers all over the place, the roads that are in bad shape, the medians that are falling down, the median in between roads that's falling down. We're going to beautify the city. We're going to make it beautiful. And what a shame. The rate of crime, the rate of muggings, killings, and everything else, we're not going to let it. And that includes bringing in the National Guard.
Well, does he sound like he's bluffing? Back in March, Trump signed his Make D.C. Safe and Beautiful Again executive order, laying the groundwork for what is now a national model for reclaiming our cities. Because let's be honest here, D.C. in many ways has become a disgrace. In 2023, D.C. had a homicide rate of 40 per 100,000 residents. It was the fifth worst of the 60 largest U.S. cities. And although in 2024 the murder rate dropped to 27.3 per 100,000, D.C. is still number 4 on the national homicide rankings list. And look, if the left got its way and D.C. became a state, it would have the highest homicide rate of any state in America, according to the CDC. So how did this get this bad? Well, here's how. Weak enforcement, radical prosecutors, and a city government that cared more about woke virtue signaling than actually enforcing the rule of law. Now, of course, the D.C. Attorney General, Brian Schwab, insists punishment isn't really the answer.
We as a city and a community need to be much more focused on prevention and surrounding young people and their families with resources if we want to be safer in the long run. We cannot prosecute and arrest our way out of it.
Yeah, well, it sounds like midnight basketball. Tell it to the city residents who are the victims of these crimes. And yes, property crimes are still crimes. Like the 12-year-old car thief, remember him, linked to 10 different car thefts, who kept getting arrested and released because, well, he's a minor.
I'm as liberal as they come, but they need to lock him up at this point because they need to make an example out of him that he keeps thinking he can get away with this because there's no consequences.
Yeah, well, the sick phenomenon is the result of horrible parenting, absentee fathers. But we can also blame ideological prosecutors and cowardly city councils. Because of them, we're seeing juveniles terrorize neighborhoods from D.C. to Dallas. And let's not forget the homeless tent cities scattered across urban landscapes, including D.C., and the hideous pro-Palestinian encampments that ruin the front of the iconic Union Station. That shouldn't be allowed. So is this really what Americans want the world to see as they enter the Capitol? Many politicians, of course, when they see all this, right, they hear about it, they just want to look the other way. But not Trump. He is not giving up on urban America. I love this, especially on our capital city. He knows that we can all make these cities great again. And believe it or not, he's found some common ground. Even Mayor Muriel Bowser has been working with the administration through the D.C. Safe and Beautiful Task Force, formed after that executive order I mentioned earlier. And this is not complicated stuff, but it took Trump to help get it done. They're ramping up arrests of illegals. They're increasing transit enforcement. They're cleaning up parks and monuments. And yes, homeless encampments. And the results? They're generally positive. Assaults with dangerous weapon are down 19% this year. Robberies down 39%. Homicides down, but still 98 dead so far. Now, that includes, by the way, a congressional intern killed by a stray bullet and a 1-year-old girl hit by 2 bullets meant for someone else. Lovely. But here's the point. Trump is showing a way forward. He's showing that cities can and should be saved, not abandoned. Any conservative who says abandon the city, let them all, collapse. No, that's not the answer. Reagan didn't think that, neither does Trump. If local leaders, though, do not act, then yes, federal leverage may be the only solution. Trump knows that. Because what did Karen Bass do when the ICE riots tore through L.A.? Well, she sided with the rioters and resisted Trump.
If immigration raids had not happened here, we would not have the disorder that went on last night.
They need to leave, and they need to leave right now.
Yeah, not the criminals, but ICE needs to leave. Or the National Guard needs to leave. Oh, that just got us more chaos, of course. But working with Trump, like Bowser's doing, is the right move. Fighting him, it just puts more lives at risk. We are not going to allow our great cities, places of history, faith, culture, and community, to be destroyed by mobs, by mismanagement, and bad ideology. The president is offering a way forward. So if you're a mayor or you're a governor and you're still resisting this, maybe it's time you stop fighting the solution and start fighting the real problem, rampant lawlessness. And that's The Angle.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.